Right. It's creatives on a bench.
Creatives.
What's on the menu?
We got the Hectors.
Yeah.
Hectors drop. We're going to review the sandwich today. We got the beef and pickle. You had this one before?
Uh, this is the resurgence of on the bench.
We are so back.
We are so back on the bench when we're actually on a bench.
I know.
You wouldn't believe it.
Melbourne edition.
Melbourne edition of on the bench. So today we're going to run through the state of marketing and content, the grim dark future, something cool that you've seen in the last week in marketing.
Marketing.
What's standing out at the moment in terms of content creation.
Yeah.
New services at Hill for Air. So our build, consult, and produce, and our AI infrastructures that we're building out. And why we hate socials, and that you should let us do it. We hate socials more than you, so please let us do it for you.
Why do you hate socials?
Fucking shit. Content grind.
It is
Waste of time.
clickbait.
You just have to keep producing content that only a few thousand people potentially see. Especially if you're a B2B business, you don't actually have like a huge following. Most companies don't have a massive following because why would they really care about the nuts and bolts that you manufacture?
Yeah. I feel like every media company or publishing site just churns out this stupid quantity of awful content. Like the amount of times I get clickbaited a day on an article and it just tells me nothing. I'm like, I already knew all this. Such garbage.
I think AI has just made it worse. Like it was already clickbaiting, and now people are just churning out copious amounts of noise.
Hmm.
And it makes everyone else that is making good content harder to stand out as well because there's just so much crap.
Yeah.
So I guess moving on to the next question then is like, what is standing out? What do you think is standing out in terms of people and the content?
I think the ability that people have to create on the fly just with their iPhones. Like anyone can go out there and be creative. And it's just like, it's pretty streamlined. The quality's quite high. It almost makes it unjustifiable for us to spend a lot on big cameras now,
Mm.
especially when you have people showcasing a new AAA film shot entirely on iPhone. It's starting to make those sorts of things redundant. It's a bit scary. Yeah. Don't tell them.
Pretty good. What do you think? Content now is more about who can produce the best creative idea.
Yeah. Do you think the articles or the videos that are doing the best analytically are less staged and more true to life?
Yeah, and I think we've gone with the way of trying to be formal and business minded, like business terminology and corporate speak. Companies that are killing it in their communications are people that are being casual, being relatable, and just saying what people are thinking, rather than trying to beat around the bush. Like I think in our industry, Andrew, in terms of the defense industry, Andrew are killing it because they're literally just saying what people are thinking.
Yeah.
They're not trying to beat around the bush that they're not a weapons company. They are a weapons company, and they're showcasing that they're a weapons company.
A weapons company that can change the world, change the future, I think was one of the most recent. I think one of the videos I saw was Andrew hoping to end World War III or something ridiculous, but
Man, what they want to do, that's what they're talking about. So I think that rather than saying that, oh, we have the capability to enhance the warfighter, they're just saying we make full drones. We make full surveillance. Enhances the warfighter, but it's still the layman or the general person can still understand what they're trying to convey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the rise of UGC or user-generated content has killed traditional production. Though I think the value that you get out of traditional production, or the value you get out of UGC style content that's created by someone that is from a creative background, the output you get is so much better.
Yeah.
So I know a couple of years ago, like we got hired by Ogilvy, the biggest marketing agency in the world, to shoot UGC content for an influencer for HSBC, all on iPhone.
All across Sydney.
They needed to ensure that the content was captioned and composed correctly.
Yeah.
It was still aesthetically pleasing. By the way, it's very different to someone just whipping their phone out and shooting something and actually composing a shot.
And how did that content perform?
Yeah, really well. Very well. It was a pretty small piece in the whole scheme of the campaign. Yeah, I definitely think it hit the mark for what they were looking for. I don't know, what's your ins for 2025 in terms of content creation?
I think first of all, outs, vlogs. I think it's very oversaturated. Everyone's doing it. Ins, it's a bit more candid, like street documentary, kind of like interviewing people. I love seeing that content, just chatting to people on the street, what they're feeling, what they're up to,
I think
how they're getting by.
I think videos with people in them,
Yeah,
like whether it's raw street or just people to camera, I think is super popular because it's the one thing AI can't quite do yet. It can't quite master the uncanny valley of a human expression and people on camera.
absolutely.
And you can kind of tell like generated video when it's an AI video at the moment still, where someone on camera talking with their personality and their raw emotion, you can't fake that yet.
Yeah.
So it comes across as genuine still.
How do you think the AI software that takes a full-length video, cuts it down into clips, how well do you think that's hitting the mark with finding selections that are going to perform well?
It's pretty good. If you're a company or a creator that hasn't got the resources to have an editor that's there, I think you're silly not to be using it. The value add that you get from posting shorts is crazy. I know we get on our YouTube content, we cut it down into like 5 or 6 shorts that go before and after the video has been uploaded. It increases our viewership by like 5-6K per video, which for nothing, like for no effort. It's not a bad shout. I think if you're a bigger company or have the resources to have someone authentically go through it and cut the key shorts, you definitely should do it that way. You're still going to get a better result. If it's between that or nothing, it's a good happy medium.
Absolutely.
But I think it's still something like you need to. It's like ChatGPT. You can't just ask it to create a masterpiece and it'll do it in the first go. You need to massage it a bit and build it up yourself.
What would you say would be tips for people out there in kind of achieving that through their AI bots? Do they need keywords? Do they need
a labor of love? The biggest thing you can ask it to do is give it your brand voice. Give it as much documentation that's in your company's wheelhouse and really build that out.
Yeah.
And let it, if you use GPT, let it create and understand all the different threads that you talk about. Link threads together. When I mean threads, I mean like different chat scenarios with ChatGPT. And if you've got the pro account, really delve into the deep research. The tool on it, it's really effective at the moment. But again, it's something that it's a tool. It's like the power drill didn't make hammers obsolete or screwdrivers obsolete.
No.
It just made it a little bit easier.
Absolutely.
So it's one of those ones where there's a fucking vacuum cleaner coming together.
We'll be right back. How many hours a day of screen time do you think you spend on ChatGPT?
I have to check my phone. I reckon it's a couple of hours. Like even in my personal life, everything now.
I remember I had a panic attack when I looked at my screen time on my phone and it was upwards in like the 22 hours. And I was like, hang on, something's off here. And it was showing me my laptop screen time as well. Like, oh, that was close. Still pretty high though.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess my ins for this year, content with people in it. The more content you can make with people in it, the better your content's going to be. As much as a lot of people hate being on camera, people like people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we all like shows like Max and Big Brother and reality TV. That's why people just lap it up because it's what people in it. If it was animals, no one would really care. If it was robots, no one would really care. We need people with personalities.
I don't know, I feel like there could be a future market for some sort of like robot reality or AIs interacting
Robot
with each
match.
other. People always post memes about their relationships with their ChatGPT when they're going through bad times. ChatGPT is always there for you.
ChatGPT does love me.
Do not date your AI. It's too
I
far.
always say thank you to my ChatGPT just in case.
The world ends. What's your out?
Outs, AI slop. I hate AI slop. I did a little test case. Do you see the great content page? It's been posting AI slop the last 2 weeks. I just wanted to see if it actually would generate anything.
I thought you wrote that one.
No, no, I'm not that bad at my job. It was just pure AI slop, and it got nowhere. I think only one video out of. I think I was posting 2 videos a day.
Yeah.
So what? That's 28 videos. Only one got over 1,000 views.
With the great content and the creative director, tell us, what does a creative director do?
Yeah.
Direct the creative?
Directs the creative. No, a creative director. I think the role of a creative director is something that's going to be like invaluable in the next couple of years because as tools like AI become more prevalent and you can ask it to go, hey, can you please create a video or do this for me? You're going to need someone to translate what that speaks, like that creative talk, and actually convey the idea to your team or make sure that your messaging aligns with the brand. And that's kind of the role of a creative director, is to ensure that what your team or your boss or your CEO wants and what your brand and marketing team want to do is that links together, and the messaging and the creative that you make is in the right direction.
Yeah,
Kind of in the name. It's there's a Rick Rubin quote that I think he says he's a creative director in the music industry, and he says that he has no professional qualities, but he's really good at picking what people will like. And I think that's the whole role of a creative director, is they're kind of seen as a bit crazy, but they're the people that understand inherently what humans will enjoy and like and ingest.
Yeah.
And that's why you hire them and pay them for their.
Absolutely. Visualizing what the client wants and putting it on the screen.
And putting it into a video or into a piece of content that is easily digestible and converts the message in a way that is easily understandable.
Nice.
What do you think is the most effective piece of content out at the moment? Is it video? Is it animation? Is it podcasts? What are we thinking is the most effective at the moment?
I think podcast, only because of the accessibility, being able to listen to it and not necessarily view it. You can do so many things while listening to it. I think it's why it's seen such a viewer resurgence in the last few years of just
I think
people
from
getting Spotify.
a creation point of view, if you can video your podcast as well, just the amount of like ROI you get from the content is huge because it's so easy to regurgitate it, turn it into a email sequence, make it into an ad, make some of the viral hooks out of it. Yeah. As we get taken over by a,
Should we clip the cleaner?
I'm gonna cut this out.
Of the ISO voice isolation in DaVinci right now.
But yeah, I think podcasts are the way to go, especially if you've got like a really flamboyant personality. Because if you can video it too, there's so many opportunities for you can like then bring like show and tell into the podcast. You can do interview style content, interview clientele, or you
Yeah.
can,
How often do you watch a whole podcast or just watch the shorts on YouTube that are clipped out?
oh, it's a bee's dick.
Absolutely.
But again, you can hit both sides of your demographic. You can hit the low tier Zoomer demographic with the short form content, but also hit your diehard fans with the long form content all in one go without having to worry about producing a huge piece of content that no one watches.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, as like a company ourselves, we provide all different aspects of that. We have mobile podcast stations, we have the podcast studio, we can create a full-fledged product launch. But it's all, when it all comes together, is how you actually develop a strong creative presence. And on that,
Greasy handshake.
greasy. I'm fucking my nose.
Yeah.